Welcome back to my channel, friends. This is Sonia here from Drawing Craft, and I'm super happy to do this video for all of you. I know I had asked on Facebook, on my Instagram, on my YouTube if you want to ask me anything, and I have got tons of questions, and I'm super happy to answer all of them. I'm trying to answer all of them. So I have clubbed all the questions and a few selective questions so that it's easier for me to answer and this video does not become a lengthy one. So yeah, let's get started. For asking the questions, Vana is going to help me here. So let's get started.
Hello! Okay, so first question is, how did you start your crafting journey?
Okay, so I have been doing crafting since class 6 or 7, I guess, and my dad is into stationery business, so I was always around these beautiful craft supplies, so it was very obvious for me to play around with them. So, but after my class 10th and 12th, I did not got much of time because I moved to Pune from my hometown and I was doing interiors, and I did my interiors. I specialized in corporate designing, and after working for 5-6 years in that field, I got married, and that's when I started my crafting journey. And yes, that was the time when I actually started taking up custom orders, and thankfully I got some of the amazing people around me, those who helped me with their custom orders.
Do you have any professional degree or is it out of hobby?
It is absolutely out of hobby. So when I was small, there was a very small room in our at our place. So I used to decorate it and paint it, and I used to like paint anything and everything at my house. And yes, that's how it all started. I have no professional degree in this, but I have been practicing this a lot. Professionally, I have started around 8 years back, and since 8 long years, there's no looking back to my interiors profession, because this hobby, this passion has given me a lot, and it is a biggest stress buster for me, and that's the reason I love doing it and I cannot live without crafting.
Okay, so that was a wonderful answer. I also enjoyed hearing.
Thank you.
How did you make your passion your profession?
Okay, so like around 8 years back, when Vanya was born, I wanted to make a scrapbook, and that's how I started working with the new suppliers which was around in the market. So there were very few suppliers at that point of time. So it was not like this period of time where craft supplies are easily available. Like now there are so many Indian brands. At that point of time there were hardly any Indian brands, they were mostly the international brands. So getting up those supplies were really difficult, but then yeah, I could find it out because my husband really helped me out with hunting for the craft supplies, and we were in Mumbai at that point of time, which really helped me in getting the supplies very easily. And secondly, once I started posting it on Facebook, I started getting custom orders. So I had created the page Growing Craft with the thought that I am going to teach someday the crafting with whatever knowledge I have or whatever the experiments I do. So that was the thought behind it, but I never knew that I will be like coming up to this stage of time where I will be taking up the live sessions, my workshops, my classes, my custom orders, and I'm really thankful to all the people, those who have placed custom order with me, that actually encouraged me a lot and that actually helped me financially to spend a lot on this crafting business.
How do you manage your finance as investment is endless?
How do I manage my finances as the expenses are endless? Yes, that's absolutely true. And for me, like in my case, it was a huge transition. Like when I started with card making and scrapbooking. Then I also started doing mixed media, and then I also started doing decoupage. So here I was doing 3 different artworks at a time. So my investments were like absolutely huge. So initially when I started with scrapbooking and card making. So I was having all the paper crafting supplies. Like I mentioned earlier also, my dad is into stationery and a bit of craft supplies, so those supplies were much more easier for me to get it. I did not have to hunt too much for the craft supplies. And then when I started with my mixed media and decoupage, that was a real pressure point for me, because spending is endless here. Like whatever you spend, you will feel like, oh, it is not complete. You want something more. You want something more. So what I started doing is, like, if I had to try paints, I used to buy only 2-3 shades of paints. I used to mix it up, blend it up, and create new colors, and that's how I used to do. Same thing was happening with the other mediums, like with the sprays and the colors and the bases and the decoupage papers and the napkins and the other mediums. So at a time I was spending only on few of the shades, only on the few of the supplies, but on a very good quality, so that I don't have to repeatedly buy them. So this is something which I absolutely follow, that whenever I'm buying any supply, I do a very good research on that. I try not to spend on anything and everything. If I'm buying something, I really think 100 times before buying any of the supplies, that is this something which I'm really going to use it? If yes, then how? Then in how many ways? And that's when I decide. Like for an example, it took me almost 6 years to decide that yes, I wanted the Big Shot machine, and I was dying to buy that from the day one, but I actually kept myself hold for almost 6 years that no, this is very expensive, I cannot buy it right now. Will I get the returns out of it? So yes, after 6 years I bought my Sizzix die cut machine. So that was a huge investment for me at that point of time. And luckily I got very good orders. I got very good custom orders. My clientele grew up in those initial 3-4 years. So it was very easier for me to spend on my supplies. Secondly, a huge credit goes to my husband, because from the day when I made it a point that whatever I'm investing, I am going to just get approval from him. It's not that he's going to pass on some of the amount for me, that you can do this much shopping, that much shopping, but I just wanted to keep him in the loop, so that once you know mentally that yes, someone is tracking on what you are spending, that always brings out the consciousness in you that okay, you need to answer someone, so you are going to spend limitedly or more sensibly. So that was my trick, that till date, if I have to spend on anything, I always make an approval from him that okay, this is my amount, this much amount I need for this month. So at times I feel that he's very straight. He says no, we don't have budget this time, but yeah, most of the times he's very kind and very sweet. He says yeah, we have the budget and you can buy these things. So yeah, that's how I work it out.
How to start crafting as a profession?
This is the most exciting part of doing a crafting, because when we do crafting, we create an artwork, and over the time you will realize that you are just piling up your art and craft pieces at your home. So yes, of course, doing the custom orders really helps. So initially when I started, I was not making too many samples at a time. This was my way of working. So what I did was, I was doing a few projects, I was showcasing that on social media, and I was asking for the custom orders, and luckily I was getting very good responses with my kind of customization. So if you want to start this as a profession, you will have to start looking out for the customization options, what you can offer to your clients, and I think that will help.
This question is about you and your family.
So about me, I am Sonia Agarwal. I am into crafting business for more than 8 years now. Before that, I was doing interiors. I specialized in corporate interiors, and I was working. So about me, I'm an interior designer by profession and artist by passion. I have been doing crafting for more than 8 years professionally now, and yes, that's a big span of time. I had my ups and downs, and it was and it still is a roller coaster ride. Why? Because there are so many things coming up every day. There are so many challenges coming up every day, and handling everything alone becomes really difficult. But yeah, just because I love it, I'm able to push myself that I love it and I have to do it. And yes, I also owe a lot to the people on the social media, those who have supported me, those who have loved me, and those who have like filled up my inbox and my WhatsApp, my messages with so many beautiful and encouraging words that it has always motivated me. So every time I get up, I know that I have to work something because there are so many people, those who are watching me, and I have to create something beautiful for them. So this crafting journey was not that easy. I had my own ups and downs. So I was I had already started my growing craft and it was at a peak, and then at that point of time we decided to start another startup, that was Zibica, which was a platform for artists and crafters to showcase their artwork. So we really worked hard for almost 2 years in that startup, but it did not work out because of so many reasons, and that was a hard time. And after that, my growing craft also got a big hit, which was not a good hit, of course. And then I went into depression because of so many things, and that was the duration for again 1.5 years. And then after that, again growing craft was here at the starting level. Again I had to rework, and again I had to bring it back to where we are today. So yes, of course, this journey is a roller coaster ride, like I say. So crafting has been a roller coaster journey for me. For 8 years I have been doing this with something on and off. So yeah, but I'm really thankful to all my customers, to all my clients, those who are still with me, and even the new clients coming up every day. And it's such a pleasure for me to work and create something beautiful.
How do you manage your design teamwork?
Now this is really interesting. So like I said, when there was a time when the growing craft was back to zero and I had to push it back to my work, and then at that point of time I was struggling with my depression thing. So that was a time when I really want to mention that Crafty Scrappers was the savior for me. Konika Das, I really don't know how she came into the picture. I connected with them, I asked them for their duty work, and they were so happy to add me to their design team member. And I still owe the second inning of my growing craft to Konika Das, because that actually encouraged me a lot. Because of my depression and my other things happening around, it was very difficult for me to focus on anything, but this design team work actually helped me a lot. And after that I just started working with many other brands, and yes, I'm really thankful to all those brands. They have taught me so many things. I actually feel that the design team work has gave me so many perspectives, so many point of views to work on something and try out new things and see how artists work. So if you are a beginner and if you want to learn all these things, try a little hard. I'm sure you're going to join into some of the design teams, and that is going to be a lifetime experience for you all. So when it comes to my design team working, how I do is, usually they give up a plan for the scheduled dates in advance. So you need to prepare and share your artwork on date. So usually what I try to do is I try to finish my project 2 to 3 days in advance, upload it there, and that's how I do it. Of course, I need to also plan out my projects, my live sessions, my YouTube videos. So I maintain a calendar that on these dates I have to do my sessions, on these dates I have to shoot a video, and on these days I'm going to edit the video. So the editing days are my lazy days, where I just be on sofa, I just lay around in the sofa, and then I do my editing work, and that's my resting time and my editing time. So I try to find out the ways in which I am going to craft, relax, enjoy, do everything whatever I want.
Can a working woman manage design teamwork?
Of course, even if you are working, you can manage the design team work. There are so many amazing artists, those who are doing a full-time job and they are also doing the design team work. And like I mentioned, that all the design teams, they get their scheduled dates. So each brand has their own scheduled dates, timings, and number of posts per month. So you can choose the brands where you want to work. And the bottom line is, if you enjoy doing it, you will find some other way to meet their deadlines, and I'm sure you will do that.
So the ninth question is how to manage crafting with family and baby.
Now, this is one of the beautiful questions, how to manage your crafting with your baby. By God's grace, I have got such an amazing and a beautiful daughter who loves crafting too. So that was an easiest part for me. And I know off camera, Vanya is like flaunting herself. But then yeah, that is so true. Like whenever I used to do crafting, so initially when I started crafting, I used to start at 11 o'clock at night, and I used to do till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, because Vanya was very small. And as and when Vanya grew up, I wanted to switch back to the normal days timing, because late nights were too much for me. So then I used to make her sit next to me, and I asked her to do some of the crafting, coloring, and then she used to try her hands on everything, and then she started loving crafting. So it became easier for me to do my work with her. Of course, over the time it has become very much expensive, because now she wants her own stack of supplies and I need my own stack of supplies. So that's a very problematic part right now. But then yeah, still we enjoy doing crafting and sharing our thoughts, discussions and ideas on crafting.
How do you always manage to reply comments?
Honestly speaking, there are so many messages to whom I have not replied. Like, it's not that I don't want to reply, it's just that I don't get time to reply. Now, especially during this time where there is no house help, your husband is working from home, your daughter's school is going from home, and you have your work, you have your tasks, you need your me time. So there are so many things. So honestly, I am not able to reply to all the messages, but whenever even if I get a 1 minute's time, I take up my phone and I start replying to the messages. And I know this is something which my husband hates it when I start doing that, but I love that, something that I like to reply people. So yeah, I'm not able to reply to all the messages, but I do definitely try to reply all the messages out there.
What's your favorite form of art?
It is very difficult for me to choose my favorite form of art. I love scrapbooking, I love card making, I love mixed media, I love decoupage. So I love all the forms of artwork. I had recently started with the mandala artwork also, and I absolutely love that. Like, I can spend hours making on mandalas, and that is something which I love. So yeah, picking up one artwork is really difficult. I enjoy all the forms of artwork, and I think because of that, at times I'm in a mess, because I want to do this also and I want to do that also. So yeah, I love doing all the forms of artwork.
Which is your favorite brand of supply?
My favorite brand of supplier, so the first one is of course the Finnabair. I absolutely love it. Secondly is my Tim Holtz stencil. I love Tim Holtz stencils. Those are one of the best things what I have, and I have bought till date. Then I also love so many Indian brand craft supplies. Like, I love the stamps of Crafty Scrappers. I love the chalk paints of iCraft. Then I even like the stencils of Mudra. So yeah, there are so many other brands also, those who have come up with their new supplies. And the made in India, the proud moment for me is to use the Indian craft supply brands now. And yeah, so I like almost all the brands. Like, some of the other supplies each of the brand has, which is really good.
What's your routine?
What's my routine? So that's a very tricky part of my thing, because I'm a morning person. So I get up a little early. I get up at 4:30 in the morning, and then I have my morning walking, jogging, exercise, running and all. Then I do my morning house chores, breakfast and everything. Then I try to be inside my craft room by 9:30 so that I can spend good 2-3 hours at doing my work, and then of course it's my lunch time and then my tea coffee time. So I'm packed till evening with Vanya because that's the time when me and Vanya we spend a lot together. And in the evening I try to sit again for 1 hour, and especially on Mondays and Fridays when I'm doing my live sessions, those are the times when I do only the crafting work, and of course Vanya is there around the corners to help me out. And so usually we have our dinner by 6:37, and by 8:30 I'm off to bed. So 8:30 is like deadline. After that I can't even stand. I just go and I watch my Netflix or any season, any movie, anything, and that's mine again, me time, and then I'm off to bed. Okay, so I hope that I could answer all your questions. Still, if you have any, please do comment below. I will try to make another video very soon. And thank you so much for watching. And yes, thank you so much for always showering your love and appreciating my work and encouraging me. And thank you so much again. Take care. Bye bye.
अरे बाहर भी कहीं गंदा दुपट्टा डाल